Hey Weeblos, hey pals, it's everybody's favorite gamer girl, Saints1234744, and Jesus, I love the Red Dead series. Red Dead Redemption is such a hot game, and what? No, not that kind of hot. My apologies, Miss Aubrey Plaza, but I mean hot in the terms of good quality. Anyways, I love all three Red Dead games, but this one was my introduction to the series after my uncle told me about it when I was like 9, and I loved it then and I love it now. It was actually the first game to make little baby boy Tristan cry, because it had me getting all invested and caring for all these beautiful characters. Even this guy I killed in a duel, whose name was something like Christian Bedwetter. Also, before we get deep within this review, this is actually my 4th playthrough, and I am playing this right after beating Red Dead 2 for the 2nd time, which is it's a game I love, and it somehow took me a year and 2 months. But there's a 95% chance I'll never review it, and add another 4% chance, you could do the math, because I can't. And yeah, there's a chance that I won't review it one day, because there's too much content in there. Red Dead Revolver, on the other hand, is a game I'll probably most likely end up reviewing since it's the first Red Dead game and there's not that much content, and I remember enjoying it when I first beat it. Now, before I get any more of my thoughts, I'm going to give you a brief synopsis of the game's story. This game follows its protagonist, John Marston, who used to be in a gang of outlaws, being forced to hunt down the surviving members of that gang by the government, since this ugly guy, Edgar Ross, who's what they call back in 1911 when this takes place, a stinky little boy, little stinker. Get a whiff of him. Can you smell him? Smells like grossness. The first thing I think of when I see him is this.
Don't want no short dick, man. Don't want no short dick, man.
So after this banger of a cutscene, I went to this guy who took me to this place where some story stuff happens, and I can't say what happens because spoilers, but I remember being 9 and wishing I could go back to the city where I met this guy, and you literally do, but I didn't know because I was a dumb little baby. Also, while going to that one location earlier that I mentioned, I got to ride my horse, and riding a horse, it feels really weird because I got way too used to Red Dead 2's horse riding controls, so these feel so weird, and like the horses are so fast, and it could be really hard to turn them if you're going too fast, I think. Or at least it felt like that, I don't know. And I think I might honestly prefer this game's horse riding to 2's just because it feels much more cowboy-like. And in some ways, it might just feel like a little more peaceful than Red Dead 2's, which is such a weird thing to think, but I think it's because these two reasons that I have been waiting to bring up. This game has amazing music and an amazing atmosphere. The music is like, and it's amazing. I love it. Whatever I have playing right now, I like too. It's from the game's soundtrack. That's probably all I'll play during background music during this review, and it's great. And I love it. It feels so good just riding around as big old Johnny Poo and hearing this stuff. And I know it's kind of like part of the atmosphere, but I had to mention it separately as its own thing because it's so good that it deserves that. Now, the atmosphere in this game is literally my favorite in every game because I have no idea how Rockstar does this, but they just keep making absolute masterpieces of games where they literally all have unique atmospheres, all with their little own ozone layers. And Rockstar is the god of open world games, and this one really shows it off. From hearing NPCs say stuff like, "Oh hey, this one kid in town is dating this girl," and "Oh really? Wow. So anyways, see you later, man." It's so damn cool, dude. The other day, I saw a dog lift up its leg and start peeing. A human man did it too. This game is great. P Physics, 10 out of 10. P Physics, 10 out of 10. Also, this game has so many cool random events, and I love them so much because I'll be riding my horse, and I'll get stopped by some lady who's like, "Hey, mister, I need a ride. My horse took a fat meeting with Elvis, if you catch my drift." Elvis is dead, right? Because that's the point is her horse died. Anyways, I'm like, "Yeah, miss, I'll let you on my horse." And then she throws me off my horse and goes off riding. And me, being a good person, I murder her. Also, John Marston's like, I don't really have time for this, but I'm trying to be a good boy, so I'll help you, cowpoke. Attitude is also something that just adds to the atmosphere a lot, I think. And just so much stuff goes into the atmosphere, but like it really does work out. And the characters are written so well, especially John. I've been playing this and I've been thinking like, wow, John really does seem like a different person than he was in the second game. You know, I'm like, maybe it's just because the graphics changed, so he just feels like a little different person. And it isn't, because I see this old dude named Uncle, who's in the second game and this one, and he's nearly the exact same man I knew in the second game. And, you know, I don't mean to be rude, but he can be kind of annoying and a bit gross and a little bit smelly and a little bit stinky and a little bit farty. But he's my friend, so I guess it's okay, but it really isn't. Ha ha, LOL, LMAO, ROFL, ha. Something else that I think matters to the atmosphere and ozone layer of a video game is the camera, which I feel really strangely towards in this game because you can't actually bring it any closer or farther, just like up and down, you know, move it around with the right stick, basic video game stuff. And the button that usually changes the camera in Rockstar games, this one, it just brings up an item menu, and we'll get to that menu later. But I don't know, I think the camera stuff you're stuck with is pretty good, except when you ride with someone, because then it just zooms out way too much. And I'm showing it here, and it looks really funny. And also, the camera being stuck where it is actually kind of good for my brain personally, because I have such a hard time making choices on like visual things, like what to wear, even what gun looks the coolest for me to use and stuff. And I spent like 15 minutes just choosing my brightness for the game, and after that I still didn't know what I wanted. Now, remember that item menu that I mentioned earlier and I said I'd talk about it later? Well, I'm not there yet, so hold on. The cosmetic stuff in this game, it's good enough, but not like some super innovative clothing system. You unlock some outfits naturally through the story, and others by just doing a list of tasks. Some being easy, usually they are, and others just annoying, stupid, hard stuff like, hey, win 1 billion poker games. And the outfits in this game, they're pretty nice though, you know. We got Angry John, Sophisticated John, Farmer John, Astronaut John, Bikini John. Wait, no, that's not right. Sorry, this is my list of outfit requests. Only some of those are in the game. If anybody cares, I wore this outfit for the first, chapter of the game. This for most of the second. This for the last 2 missions of the second. This pretty much, all of the third, and then this for the 4th, chapter of the story. Now we can talk about, the item menu satchel thing I mentioned earlier. So this is a thing you don't really have to use the entire game if you don't want to. But it's for basic things like consumables that enhance stuff like your Deadeye. And I'll talk about Deadeye next. But I think the button placement of the button that opens the menu, it's fine considering that most other buttons, even the D-pad, are taken up almost entirely with functions. And you can also do stuff from the satchel, like opening a campsite, and it lets you save your game and change outfits, and it has a fast travel system that I never really use just because I love riding the horses in this game. And also, you can use the satchel to look at what kind of animal skins, meats, and more you have stored, but that's another thing I'll get to later. You can also look at the plants you picked up, but oh my god, I'll get to it later! Just hold on, let me talk about Deadeye, Jesus, oh my god! So, Deadeye has 3 levels. 1 being time is just slowed down and you can do all your cowboy booting. Level 2 automatically places targets on where your reticle is, and once you fire, all your shots go out for your cowboy tooting. And level 3 lets you manually place all your targets for your cowboy shooting. So it's pretty much just like this.
Squidward! SpongeBob!
Now, onto the stupid little baby plants and flowers that I mentioned before. I don't know what to do with these. It was kind of peaceful, looking for them and collecting them, but I think all you can do after getting them is sell them. And there's some survivalist challenges, I guess these help with, but I didn't do those, or the hunting challenges. And, if you're thinking, well, Mr. Saints Row 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 4, that's a bit unprofessional. Of course there's some stuff in here that's a bit unprofessional. I'm 14. Well, my birthday's March 8th, hopefully tomorrow if I finish this when I want, and I'm going to be 15, so it's why I'm speedrunning this video, but that isn't the point. You came here to watch a video of a kid in his early teen years, don't expect him to do every single thing in a video game he's reviewing. Okay, I've only 100% completed, like, Super Hot Spider-Man PS4 and Spider-Man Miles Morales. Twice! There are also, I believe, like, 2 side missions that have you collect flowers, but I only did one because... Once again, do you really think me, Mr. Saint himself, is gonna collect like 1,000,000 flowers? Plus, I watched the video of the mission when I was like 10, so I didn't feel like doing all that work for something I already knew the outcome of. Okay, you know who would probably collect flowers in this game? My mother! Do I look like my mother? Don't answer that! Like mentioned before, something else you can have in your little dumb baby John satchel is animal parts. And where can you get those said parts? You have 10 seconds to answer. 10, 9, 8, you hunt. You hunt. Where else would you get the animal parts? The butcher? You dummy, those aren't real. Butchers aren't made up. They're a legend. Anyways, when you hunt, you can skin animals, and you get stuff like the animals' skin. And other stuff like, the meat, and maybe horns if it had any. And for birds, you just collect their feathers. And a really cool detail I like in this game is certain items you get more money for when they're being sold in an area where that item isn't common. Also, I would sometimes kill and skin the horses of my enemies, because it was easy money. So sorry for all the dead horses, because I wanted a few dollars when I barely ever bought anything during the playthrough. My bad. In this game, you can tame wild horses, or as they call it in the game, breaking them, and I absolutely hate it. There are 2 main story missions that make you do this, but beyond on that section of stupid stuff, I don't like it. Seriously though, I hate taming these little demons. I guess you could say it's pretty dang difficult. Of the game is what I'm gonna be talking about next, baby. The game isn't really hard, and by now, Rockstar stopped really having those missions where just the pure mention of them brings a wave of fear and terror onto whoever you're talking to. Like the old GTA's remote control vehicle missions, or any of GTA 3's missions for this guy, he just sucked. But the only missions that ever really got me actually frustrated were literally just the horse taming ones. And there were some side missions that they'd include mandatory duels, which sometimes got me annoyed, usually just because you typically you can win most duels by shooting the other guy's hand, but this usually never works in any of the missions that duels are involved in. And the duels in this game are really cool, and they got me all types of nervous and scared on what was going to happen next. Like here, this on screen was a duel where I chose to kill the guy, and I ended up just, killing him and shooting his gun midair, which I think it was really cool. But wait, I'm not even done talking about the mission difficulty and structure yet. So the structure of the missions are pretty much the same and nearly all identical. They're all mostly just, yo, it's me, John, and
hey, Johnny, it's me, Marge Simpson.
Oh, hey, Marge, help me do this thing so I can beat the game.
Oh, Johnny, I'll do that. Just spend a few missions of your playthrough doing work for me that doesn't concern you at all.
That's okay, I guess. Also, there's not some big, like, freedom to missions, and they're usually all just a linear little baby fart. But with that being said, there are enough weapon choices to make it feel like you can approach the same mission multiple times with different plans, but a lot of the choices don't even really matter. Like, there's a sniper, but the only time you're really far enough from someone to feel cool using it is during the sniper missions, and not the open world. There's also some stealth stuff, like throwing knives to silently take out enemies from a distance, and, there's some stealth throat slitting you can do too. But then there's not even that many stealth missions in the story where you get to use these things. And yeah, you can use knives whenever, but, like, They feel the coolest during stealth, which is just never really an option in the open world, which sucks because I love the open world stuff in this game. Not every mission is structured as you helping someone though. Missions in the later stages of the game usually don't stick to that format, and I still find the missions of the game really fun and don't have that big of a problem with the linearity, because I don't get that creative when it comes to video games and strategies anyways. Okay, I'm talking a lot about this game, but something I've been waiting to talk about is a certain segment from my last review. The really stupid Dumbo Stinky Brainer Poo Poo Doodle Fart Grandpa Please Help Me segment, consisting of purely stupid things I hate or dislike about the game. So the first is you can loot pretty much any dead body in the game, which you don't lose honor for, but John talks in a mission about how it's a horrible thing to loot the dead, so I feel like based on how John talks about it, you probably should lose honor, but I'm not really complaining. I enjoy looting the dead people.
How can you sink that low? Digging up graves and looting from the dead.
Anyways, you can kill people and loot their bodies, but you can't tie someone up and then loot them, which I'd really like to do while like getting bounties and stuff, because you know you're tying up these weirdo dudes, and I'd like to, you know, rob them for their $3. Something else is you always get rewarded for helping someone in a random encounter, so you'll probably end up just doing a lot of them for the money and not just to do something good. Another thing being that when you buy a new horse at a general store, they'll give you like a spawn paperwork thing, and pressing A on it in the item menu turns the horse into your new main one. And I guess when I was younger, I bought the war horse online or something, so it's always the first on my item menu. And the other day, I accidentally pressed A on it and accidentally got rid of the horse I'd been using the entire game. So I killed the new one and it still didn't let me keep the old one, so I just got a new one. Also, buying a horse once gives you unlimited spawns for that type of horse, so like you can keep spawning new ones even though you can actually only own one horse as the one you're supposed to ride. Okay, here's something else I didn't like. It's the fact that there's no health bar, which I guess it does make sense because there isn't really room for it since the two bars on the left and right of the minimap are for horse stamina and your deadeye, but the absence of the bar just made Rockstar kind of make the screen go red when you're hurt, and like, yeah, it's telling you you're gonna die, but sometimes it just feels like the little filter doesn't even mean anything, and I just keep shooting and like not feeling or realizing how close to death I am. Another dumb thing is the time here that my horse just randomly died.
Slow up.
I think that's pretty much all of the stupid stuff that I didn't like, but before I talk about specific things that I did like, I'm going to talk about stranger missions. So there are these side missions in the game called stranger missions, and they're filled with weirdos and some cool people, and they're a big part of this game's identity to me, so I won't say much about them so I won't ruin them for you, but please do these, because they're a lot of weird, strange fun. Also, I feel like I didn't talk about random encounters enough earlier, so I will for a bit now. You can encounter random people who can go from deciding to rob you to just finding some guy hunting and then having John say some cheesy line after you kill an animal for the guy. Okay, now I can talk about specific things that I liked, loved, and enjoyed about the game. So first, the dialogue, it's amazing, okay? This game contains so many quotable lines, and even just realistic lines, like John telling this guy that he did a mission for not to have a crate fall off the back of his wagon.
Just make sure it doesn't fall off on the way.
And just a bunch of little lines like this being said are great. Not John constantly warning people about their wagon's cargo possibly falling out of the wagon, but just little lines similar to this. Something else I enjoyed in this is that you can press B or circle to greet people, which it adds to the immersion. Also, I haven't really mentioned it so far, and it won't get a whole speech, but this game has me immersed. Tristan's gone when I play this. It's all Daddy Marston, yeah. Something else I liked in this game is the sound design. I've seen some people say the sound design is outdated, but I love it. Not all the sounds are, you know, some amazing god tier stuff, but usually this game sounds just like a choir of angels singing in my little Gamer Boy ears. Woo! Another thing I liked is you can go to different towns and do little jobs for them, like a night watch patrol type of thing. You can also do horse breaking missions. What kind of monster would choose to do these horrible tasks on purpose? Me, I was bored, so I did them a couple times, actually. Okay, here's the thing I liked a lot, which will change gaming forever. There are missions where you don't drive and get driven around in a wagon. Not many, but there are a few missions containing wagon portions where you let the other person drive, and you can even skip the ride, and the game just pretends you're sleeping, so sometimes the other person will just wake you up and you get to your destination, or when something went wrong, and they're like, yo, make it not be wrong anymore, ah! And now, I know I already talked about this earlier, but dude, the horse riding's... Ah! I love going for a late night horse ride, and most of the time I don't even listen to music while going for said rides, because I just love the ambience in this game. And dude, the horse footsteps are straight up hot. And no, Aubrey, get out! Okay, now that she's gone, I'm gonna talk about the fame and honor systems for a bit. So the fame system it's really cool because it slowly goes up during the entire game, and over time it gives you bonuses like town jobs paying you more and bounties being less money on you because you're so famous. And you get to hear people like know you, and you hear people like just know your name and stuff. Like you walk into a bar and everyone will be like, my goodness, is that John Marston? No. And then, just having low honor also can make a town reject you, apparently. I was told that, like, in the directions from the game. And I just think that's so cool, because the open world is reacting to your actions. And I just love that. I think fame in this game is a lot cooler than the honor and matters more, because who doesn't want to walk into a saloon and have everyone get starstruck? Sometimes they don't even react like that, and it's more of just like a chill, hey John. And that can be even cooler than the alternative, because it just makes you feel like a local hero. And okay, here's something I've like really been wanting to talk about. So remember in my GTA 3 review, if you watched that, I talked about how I didn't like the gunplay and how the main guy was weird. This is the opposite. I absolutely love the gunplay, and it feels intense and impactful, and it's great. The Deadeye has me feeling like what I could only describe as wah! And I feel like I terrify my enemies. Like, I see them and I hear this. But they see me and hear this. Me and my guns just make these guys fear for their lives. Also, quick little rant, I guess. In this one gun shop located in Mexico in the game, the owner, he just disappeared from me, and he didn't reappear till after I beat the game, and I don't know if this was on purpose, like something like meant to happen, but yeah, I was just really confused and annoyed that I couldn't go there to get a specific revolver I wanted. Anyways, now I'll talk about John Marston. So honestly, most Rockstar protagonists are really similar personality-wise, and they're just guys who want to get their work done, but keep getting inconvenienced by annoying people who the protagonist needs help from. And I'm not saying this formula for characters is bad, it always matches perfectly with the story, but that's just the basic explanation of the formula of their protagonists. But looking closer at characters can really show how they're different, especially a character as amazing as John Marston. This angry father who just wants to see his family again is so beautiful, literally and figuratively. You can usually relate to John, in terms of him being annoyed with others who sometimes just seem to be using him for help. Not relating to him being a cowboy in 1911. I mean, unless your little gamer butt gets immersed, but you might have to see a doctor for that. Gamer butt's a serious condition that I shouldn't be joking about. Anyways, John's just lovely, especially towards the end of the game, but throughout it, you get to see him annoyed by nearly everyone, be sarcastic, be charismatic, and just very funny, because this game, it has some amazing humor. But yeah, John's definitely one of my favorite video game protagonists, just because he's written better and more consistently than anything I could ever write. And I even tried here on the channel, actually. I had this old horrible series when I was like 9 called Cowboy Craft with my own little plot, and I even made promotional videos for like its reboot, and that never got made, and that was when I was 11. And yeah, those videos are horrible, and you should never watch them unless you want your day to be ruined. Now, we just talked about Professor Main character. How about we talk about Professor Evil Guy, Edgar Ross? So, though I don't think this game has just one straight up villain, he's the closest thing we have to that. Now, Edgar is a very annoyingly mean guy who needs what my dear friend Tegan would call cowboy soup. But then sometimes he doesn't just need soup, but he can use a bullet straight to the dome, baby! His little partner guy's kinda cool though, but he did look at that butt in the intro without consent, so he's still on my naughty list, but not as bad as Edgar. Now, if you don't immediately hate Edgar, you will after this. So I know he's supposed to be a villainous man that we aren't supposed to like, and this is based in the early 1900s, and people talked differently about certain topics that shouldn't be talked about now the way that he talked about them then. And he said certain words that are not the best, and certain groups of people shouldn't be saying, and I think there's a really important line from him that you should hear, but genuinely, like, be warned, it like, might actually offend you, but here it goes.
This way.
Let's get up on the roof. Let's get up on the roof. Let's get up on the roof. On the roof. On the roof. 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 Did you hear that? He said not roof, but roof. Who chooses to say roof instead of roof? Because it's a choice. And then, who raises their child, Edgar Ross, to say roof instead of roof? That's just horrible. Also, I am sorry that I had to spoil such a huge thing in the game. I wish I didn't have to, but, you know, it seemed kind of just important to mention, while mentioning Edgar and just the kind of offensive stuff he said. So yeah, I did have to spoil kind of a... My friend Duck Thighs is calling me. Yo?
Tristan?
Yeah? What's, yeah?
Are you spoiling fucking Red Dead again for a stupid fucking review?
Well, I mean, yeah, but I kind of just only mentioned a guy saying roof. It didn't really matter. How did you even know? What?
Of course the roof line mattered. Is anyone even gonna watch this fucking video? You've wasted hours on this video, you twat waffle.
I'm just trying to make something I think people have enjoyed, and yeah, I don't think I've wasted the hours. I've spent them kind of wisely. I mean, the video's like half an hour long, so I think people are actually gonna enjoy it.
You're spoiling it. What the fuck?
I'm sorry, I didn't know you were gonna care that much. You started the game like almost a year ago. You've done like 5 missions.
I was not calling you to be called out by you. I was calling you to tell you to shut the fuck up.
Okay, I'm sorry, damn.
Yes, be sorry.
Well, that was my friend Duck Thighs. They weren't even supposed to be in this video, but I guess they are now. I don't know how she knew I was recording or editing. How did she know I was at the part talking about the super minor spoiler that Edgar Ross says roof? How did she know any of that? And hello?
Are you questioning my fucking ways again?
No, how? No, I was not doing that.
Silence. You don't get to talk this time. Stop questioning my ways, or I'll make sure this fucking video never gets fucking finished, and I'll make it demonetized.
You can't get it you can't get it demonetized. They don't make money off these videos.
Don't talk unless I fucking let you. Now you can talk.
Okay, so I
was fucking joking. Now stop fucking calling me. I'm trying to sleep.
Okay.
And are you spinning in the chair again?
No?
Shut up. That was rhetorical.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, I don't really understand how that happened. I'm not questioning anything. Just admitting I'm a little confused. But listen, I have a little shout out for a friend to show right after this. Then I got something else to talk about after. Then I'm just gonna talk a bit, just to talk, and then I got a little thing after, and then we'll be done. So we're almost there. We're almost at the end yet. So don't leave, please.
Hey, listen, I don't have a script right now, so excuse me if I ramble a little bit. But listen to me. Look, let me set the atmosphere for you. Ooh, we're in a spooky government lab. Ooh, there's some ghosts. Ooh, some rabbits. But what do they have? What are those two animals making love to each other? A snake? Oh, a snake and a monkey, a simian monkey, specifically. Wow. Well, what is? Wow, they had a child, and it seems his name is Simeon. It's like the monkey name, but with more S's because snake. It's so clever. Wow. And he has a YouTube channel where he talks about video games and also does other stuff. And he's just so cool and epic and amazing. And he's my friend. And I'm also really trying to get you to watch him. And also, there's a link in the description to his most recent video, which you really should watch because the quality is so good. The editing's so good. He animates and stuff, and it's so good. Emphasis on the S's because he's part snake. He's a simian. He's not just a monkey, and he's not just a snake. Part snake, part monkey. Get it right.
Okay, so that was my friend Simeon. He's great. His videos are amazing. I love him so much. But on a more serious note, someone he works with, Crystal, she has thyroid cancer and she can't cover the whole surgery cost on her own. So she has a GoFundMe. It's going to be the first link in the description. You're not obligated to give money or anything, but I'm just letting you know in case anybody watching this would happen to want to help someone out pay for their surgery. So yeah, just to let you guys know, and to if you'd like to help her out financially with that whole thing. Hey, thank you for getting here. If you did, I don't expect anybody to get anywhere close to this far in the video, but thank you for watching. Also, I didn't mention this before because I was busy doing other stuff and doing bits at the end, but I give the game a 9 out of 10 score. It's amazing. I love it. But yeah, I've been working on this video. I've been trying to get it out before my birthday. So, sorry about that. It was a notification. Tomorrow is my birthday. Tomorrow, March 8th, is my birthday. As of right now, it's March 7th at night, and I've just finished the video. So now I have to watch through it all, and then save it, then post it to YouTube. So maybe in like an hour, this will be up. But yeah, I'm gonna, so yeah, this is 14-year-old views Red Dead. That's why I wanted to get it out before I turn 15 tomorrow. And yeah, thank you. I have a Twitter here if you want to follow me. I really just post Spider-Man screenshots and like sometimes the occasional random tweet. And I have Instagram here. You can follow me for some nice pictures and stuff. And yeah, I'm almost at 500 subscribers. That's cool. If we get to that, I'll do something. I don't know. And I had a Spider-Man video get like, it has like 20,000 views and it got like 15,000 of those views, or more than that, but like within the past like 2 months. So I think that's cool. And yeah, I don't know, I'm just using this part to talk about me a little bit. I've been reading some comic stuff. I've been getting into Daredevil, watched the first season of his show, finished the first season earlier today. And yeah, I've just been reading some Daredevil stuff. And I'm considering doing some commentary videos, so maybe expect those, but not for a few months, because I have my next few videos planned, because I got one skit coming out, and the name's long, I'm not going to say it. Then I had News Dudes 2, confirmed, coming out. It's already done. It's like over 7 minutes. That'll be the first April upload. Then the second April upload is going to be, it's going to be called Super Chair Commercial, and it's just like a little commercial thing I made for like a imaginary product. And yeah, thank you for supporting me and watching me and stuff. And whenever any of you comment, even if it's just one of my friends that I know personally, it makes me so happy just to get comments and stuff. So thank you if you do that. Leave me feedback. Tell me how much I suck or how good I am at making videos. And yeah, so I had fun making this. It stressed me out so much, and I'm honestly really happy to get it done with. I might do Undead Nightmare That's the DLC for this game. I might do that one day. Far from now, though, because I think I've had, like, way too much just Red Dead. Not even just playing it, but just, like, writing the script, spending hours on that, spending hours editing. It just, oh my god, too much Red Dead for a little soon-to-be 15-year-old boy to handle. But yeah, thank you for watching. I love you. Have a great day. Expect some good stuff coming soon. And yeah, bye. Oh wait, and also, here's me dancing. Because you've been a good little weeblo. Now I'm leaving. Okay. Bye.